what is happening on my computer, but there is something happening. There we go.
What happened
All
there?
right. I don't know. One of my tabs decided to play an ad at that time, so that was terrifying. Hello, everyone. We are here. You know, I have my computer screen is reminiscent of my brain, where I literally have 87 things open at once. And you know how sometimes just random things start playing? That's literally what happens when I'm by myself. But now the T Tribe just witnessed a very embarrassing moment. So I'm so sorry, but we're here. It's the
Yo, you're fine. You look fine on my end, girl. You was looking clean and pristine.
Oh, thank God, because I was imagining my eyes were like, where is that?
No.
You guys now know my blank stare that I get when I'm panicked. Like, that is always what happens when we have a technical difficulty. Like, I'm just like it's just
That's so Raven there.
literally, that's so Raven. And then on the inside, it's like, WTF is happening? What is the expletive going on? You guys, we have so much good tea going on today. It's not just going to be me singing. I don't know why I always feel the need to sing when we have really good tea. But this whole Khloe Kardashian and Tristan Thompson situation got so much hotter from yesterday's morning tea till now. Khloe took to Twitter to respond to the pregnancy rumors. Tristan and Khloe also sent this woman who is claiming that Tristan is the father of her child a cease and desist letter. It is incredibly juicy. There's a lot of small things in there that are very questionable. And that's what Courtney and I were talking about even before we went live. Like, very perplexing to me. It's interesting.
Listen, we're going to get to the bottom of it, but we at the top of the show, so we can't get into the nitty gritty just yet. But I'm going to let y'all Tribe hold on to your wig, put on some extra glue to make sure it's held tight and bonded to the scalp, and don't go, because that's going to be a good Kar Jenner tea time.
It's going to be a very, very good Kar Jenner tea time. Also, Kourtney Kardashian, people think that she's pregnant. She claps back to that as well. We also are talking about Britney Spears. We're talking about Bad Baby, Danielle BREGOLI, a whole situation and a half there. We also were talking about ARIANA GRANDE. She sat down with ZANE LOWE and talked about a lot of different things. Diva behavior. She's collabing with Doja Cat. Talked about Rihanna. Talked about Mac Miller. There's a lot going down there. We also, you guys, are talking about Miss Nicki Minaj and the little potential baby bump that everyone's freaking out about. We are going to talk about the OLSEN tea. I'm so happy. I think it was Brittany who brought it up in the chat. Was it Brittany?
Brittany said, please talk about the OLSEN twins. So we got it,
the Olsens. We got the Olsens. It's actually a very big story, and it's funny because I remember when Mary-Kate started dating that guy years ago. They got married in 2015, so and they dated 2 years before that. So I even remember when they first started dating. That was kind of one of those first relationships that people were like, that is a very large age difference, and I don't feel good about it. That was one of the first ones for me that I remember anyway.
And now look, here we are, girl. We're about to get into the details of what's going on with that.
Yep, now we're filing orders for emergency court appearances and all of this juicy tea. Hot tea. It's a lot,
hot, girl. It's a lot already.
I am too. The upper lip is starting. I feel out of breath. That also could be because I have not been working out at all because I've just been living my best quarantine life. So it's a lot happening today. It's a lot.
Madison, let me tell you and everybody something. If you don't want to exercise or do anything that's like productive during this time, like we are literally in the middle of a crisis. So if you don't feel that motivation, girl, lay on the couch, live your life and enjoy it. Sometimes surviving is thriving.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Also, obviously, you guys can see we got a new little background going on today. We got some pink happening. I did also want to address one more thing. So you guys are going to start seeing a new face on our stand-up videos, our celebrity news bite videos. Her name is Amy. She is amazing. She's a great friend of mine. So when you see her face pop up in some videos today, don't be like, WTF, where's Maddison? Be like, yes, Amy, we love Amy. We stand Amy.
Amazing.
She is amazing. So just so you guys know, we love Amy. We stand Amy. You are going to see her face today in our Celebrity News Bites videos. So get excited about that. She is fantastic. Music Lover, can we talk about why Kate Olsen was trending on Twitter instead of Mary-Kate Olsen? Music Lover, that just goes to show that I am worried for this next generation, that they do not know Mary-Kate and Ashley. That's concerning.
The icon. the icons. Like, I'm sure that Chris at some point whispered in Kylie's ear, you could be one of these. You're just one. You could have all the money. Just stay focused, girl. And look where we are. Millionaire Kylie.
You're just one. Honestly, the Olsen twins were before the Kardashians, you guys. They were kind of the first ones. I mean, they were in Full House. So they kind of were the first family that we were like, oh my gosh, look at this empire they're growing.
Whoa. Hello? Hey guys.
Hey.
Yeah, not sure what everything. Setting down the tea. Can we get some lion emojis in the chat for Leo? Because he is probably working his fingers off. He's probably tangled up in some cords right now, y'all. We're back! Are we?
Yay!
Oh, we're back! I see us! Ta-da!
You can see us? Wait, hold on. I am rearranging my screen, and we are here. We are here. We are back. We survived. We survived.
And Madison, we did it without a new link. Look how we did that.
We did it without a link, you guys. Please start getting those lion emojis in the chat. For Leo. He always hits it when we need him to. Yes. We got it. And I love that everyone is blaming the Kardashians. I'm dying. LMAO. Chris did this. Honestly, you never know. But don't worry. That will not stop the tea. We will prevail. We will still get to the juiciness and all of the cease and desist details. It is not going to stop us. And so we're back from outer space. Yes, Wesley. It is a thick Thursday, you guys, and I think that we should we just go ahead and get into it? I was ranting about I think it's time. You guys were all so patient with us, and honestly, all I was doing was ranting about how amazing the Olsen twins are and how it saddens me that this generation doesn't know them and doesn't know their movies. That's all I was really saying. You guys didn't miss much. That was it. Just me ranting.
No, not at all. Talking about MK.
Courtney and I. Yeah, Courtney and I like to go on our pedestal moments sometimes, and it just maybe the internet was not ready for it, and I get it. No. We have Miss Mika. You guys are great and my favorite people. We've got to do the Miss Mika song before we get too into it. And 5, 6, 7, 8.
Miss Mika, nice to meet ya. Miss Mika, she on fleeka. Miss Mika, she loves the tea, ya. And we see ya. Miss Mika, go Mika, go Mika, go. Go, Mika. Happy Thursday to Mika. Happy Thursday, Mika.
Happy Thursday, Mika. Yes. Okay, you guys, we're going to kick it off our OMT segment with Miss Britney Spears. So this is actually good news. This is not going to induce any anxiety today, like, usually our Britney Spears news does. So we have a new report from Hollywood Live. A source shared that Britney Spears would love to marry her boyfriend, Sam Asghari. You love him. You love Sam Asghari.
I love him. I love him.
I know. So she wants to marry him one day. The insider said that even though there is an age difference, you would never know that he's younger than her. He's very mature for his age. The source said that Britney is, quote, head over heels for him. He is her rock. And as far as children, the source said that Britney would love to have a baby with Sam before she turns 40, but that is not going to make or break their relationship, which I think is really healthy and really great. They've talked about getting married. They talked about having kids, and they definitely both want it to happen, but they're not forcing it. They're not actively trying to, make these things happen within a year or anything like that. And then the last little thing, are you ready to feel old?
I'm ready. Grip the chair, girl.
Oops, I Did It Again is 20 years old.
Ooh, that's how you know it's a classic, girl. Let me tell you something. When I saw Britney come out in that red latex and she was hitting us with the play with your heart, girl, got lost in the game. Yes, that's a hit. I could see it, and I'm glad. I'm glad that she's had that longevity to even have a hit out that long.
Right? Not many people can say that. And say what you will about our girl Britney. How many people can say that they have had a hit that is 20 years old? I mean, obviously, we have a line of icons who can say that. But, she's been through it, burning down the gyms, lots of situations, breaking her ankles. But you know what? We're here. She might get married again one day. And she has a song that is 20 years old. So it's okay. We're going to get through
I'm glad that she is thinking about having another baby. I mean, with Sam, I'm here for that because I feel like he's a good caretaker for her. So I'm on board, baby.
Courtney's like, also, please, we need more of Sam's genetics in the world. Like, we really need that out there.
Absolutely. That good-looking man, Britney know how to pick him. Yes.
Procreate. I want to shout out Jakara. Jakara said, this goes out to Hit Up Leo for being the real MVP. And you guys, Leo is the real MVP. Courtney and I, you saw what happened because you could hear us. When something goes down, we just start typing to each other like, front row, Leo, Leo, what do we do? And Leo's always like, calm down, I'm working on it. We're like, okay.
This would have been a whole podcast. It would have turned into a podcast episode, and y'all would have just had to listen along, Madison. Go ahead and read through the paper. Like, you know what I mean? There's Tia.
Shout out to Leo. We really could not do this without him, you guys. And exactly what he said. Leo is the real MVP, and he absolutely is. And Shabria said, love this new look with the scoops. It's so cute. Thank you, Shabria. We appreciate you. Okay, let's move on. I'm glad that our
beautiful gossip circle finally has, like, a color palette. You know what I mean? We already know that this is a beautiful circus that we call, but now I feel like the color matches what goes on here. So shout out to the creative team. Y'all did that.
It is. We are literally at the center of the ring. Just like a circus.
Girl, not to
quote our icon that we were just talking about, but we really are. We started that yesterday, and now we're just rolling with it. I love it. Now I want to go watch The Greatest Showman. BRB after work. After work will be the time. After work will be the time. Okay, let's talk about Bad Baby, Danielle Bregoli, you guys. So remember earlier this week, we filled you guys in on how she got that tattoo of Young Band's real name. She got Boss Vass. His real name is Vass Coleman. And she got a tattoo, and everyone was pointing out, like, hey, you just confirmed that you're in a relationship with someone who's 20, you're 17. In California, that is technically illegal. That was what we had. So now, more recently, she posted from Atlanta, Georgia, and she made sure to have her location tag. She was showing off her blonde hair. But you can see in the back of that video there, Mr. Young Bands laying in Danielle Bregoli's bed. So someone took to the comments to let him know that, he could get a charge for being with Danielle right now. And Danielle went ahead and defended her relationship, saying a 3-year age difference won't get him a charge. She went on to say that people are dumb and don't know what they're talking about. She also pointed out that in Atlanta, the age of consent is 17. And then she pointed out that she's more than happy and she doesn't like people speaking down on young bands for no reason.
Okay, so this is y'all fault once again. And by y'all, I don't mean the viewers. I mean the public's fault for allowing this young lady to be famous. Y'all thought that she was funny, being a caricature of black women, but now y'all are upset that she's able to lay up with her black man in a state where it's allowed for her to literally be a child, and be with a grown man. So honestly, Madison, I don't care. And the reason why I don't care is because the general public did not care enough, when they raised her up to be a social media star. So now she has millions of dollars and she can fly wherever she wants in the world where the age of consent is, where she wants it to be, where they can be comfortable. So honestly, it doesn't make it right, but she's a millionaire and she has the resources to go where she can be safe and her man doesn't have to face a charge. Now what?
No, I mean, you're exactly right. I guess for me, when I saw that, I was just like, wow, that's pretty ballsy. Like, I have to admit, that is pretty ballsy that you kind of started laying the groundwork of this relationship while you were in California. Obviously, saw people commenting and all of the stories about how it was illegal, and then literally fly to Georgia, fly to Atlanta, where you know it's going to be okay, and then you post about it. I just think, like you said, I mean, we can't be mad because we gave her the means to be able to do that, but also like, wow, how ballsy. And I am a little bit surprised that her PR team is so cool with this kind of blatant disregard for the law to just be like, oh, peace out, LA. We're going to another state where this is okay. It's
Well,
very interesting to
Madison,
me.
as part of her team, I imagine, and this is a speculation, not confirmation, I imagine that their job is to simply shut up and get paid. So, I mean, are
That's
you,
true.
Madison, if you were getting paid, let's just say it was $20,000 a month. You was getting paid $20,000 a month to say yes, Danielle. Would you be like, no, Danielle, don't do that? And you about 120, 6 months into the job, 120K in your bank, you ain't gonna be like, no, girl, don't do that. You're gonna be like, Mama's looking
Have
at another
fun.
pair of hoops at Nordstrom. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it ain't gonna be like. So I imagine that's the position that these people are in. They're getting paid. They're part of the team. So
I'm going for the diamond hoops this time, girl. Go to Atlanta, give me the race, and I'll see you when you get back when you're 18. No, kidding. Okay, we also have Charla. I know I'm not saying that right. Please correct me, Miss Starks. I'm an after
Arlia.
watcher, been faithfully. Oh, Charlia, yes. I'm an after watcher, been faithfully watching for 8 to 9 months after school and working at Amazon. Love the Tea Tribe, Hit It Leo, and Shambong Dave. Thanks for providing the tea. Thank you. We appreciate
Thank you for
you.
joining us. Arlia. Shout out to all of
And
our factory and warehouse workers, because back where I'm from, Madison, I don't know if it's like that, but we had like the Walmart distribution center and the Amazon warehouses, and a lot of people that I graduated high school with went on to go and work in those factories. So if you're still working in those factories, doing what you do, trying to provide and make a living, shout out to you. Honestly, it's hard
yes,
work.
thank you so incredibly much. We would be lost without you. Thank you. And also, shout out to all
Yeah.
of the Tea Tribe members who have been with us that long. 8 to 9 months, you've been here pretty much since the beginning. So
Yeah.
thank you. I know we finally hit our year that we've been doing the morning tea. We hit it this week. So thank you guys.
Thank you for watching the morning tea and giving us a reason to get to know you guys and for you guys to get to know us. Because I feel like it really sort of altered the path of the channel with the creation of the morning tea, and it really brought us closer together. And I will always be appreciative of that, and of Madison and Leo and Dave, and of you guys, of all that. So thank you guys.
Yes, thank you. And thank you, Courtney. You bring out the best in me. You really do.
Thank
Um,
you, man.
let's move on. Ugh, I love the love fest. I could do this all day. We love that you guys want the tea. You're like, okay, cool. We know you love each
Like,
other.
shut
Can
up.
we move
Y'all
on?
talk too much.
Okay. Let's move on and talk about Ariana Grande, you guys. So Ariana Grande recently spoke to Apple Music's Zane Lowe, and you know that Zane Lowe does some of mine and Courtney's favorite
I love it.
interviews with your artists. And Ari opened up about a lot. So the first rumor that she kind of discussed was that she's a diva, that she has diva behaviors. And Ariana said that she actually stopped doing interviews for a long time because people would try to twist her words for clickbait. Ariana said that she would then go online to defend herself and people would call her a diva. She continued to say that if she has an opinion or is directing something or has something to say about her choices in her career, which I also thought was interesting. I'm like, oh, so Ari gets a little flack for standing up for her career. Duly noted. She said, quote, always in the past, it was kind of manipulated and turned into this negative thing, whereas I don't see that with men. Do you agree with her? Do you think that when a female artist or a female in general stands up for herself or kind of defends herself after an interview, that she is looked upon as more of a diva than like, yes, girl, way to clear up your name?
Yeah, because look at Nicki Minaj. I feel like Nicki Minaj is the perfect example of that. Taylor Swift is just another example of that. Every time Nicki Minaj or Taylor Swift or Ariana Grande says, hey, this isn't right, or hey, I didn't say that, let's play the tape back. When Ariana called out Ken, whatever his name is, from the Grammys, remember that? She was a diva, she was wrong, it was who cares, it was so long ago. Same thing with Nicki Minaj, 2014, 13, that was years ago. Why are you standing up now? Why is it that way, Madison, that when a guy does it, like when Birdman said, y'all remember this years ago, when Birdman sat up on the Breakfast Club and said, put some respect on my name, we was all like, oh my God, Birdman, he snatched Charlamagne's scalp. And now if Ariana were to say something with that kind of energy, it would be, oh my God, and excuse my language, what a bitch. You get what I'm saying? It's ridiculous and wrong, and it's an awful double standard, and I wish that it would go away. This is why we have music videos and songs like The Man by Taylor Swift, Stream Lover.
I was just about to say, something that comes to mind, get out of my brain. Obviously, Taylor Swift, people always hate on her when she defends herself and defends herself against Big Machine and Scooter Braun. Like, oh, Taylor's whining. Taylor's playing the victim. And it's like, no, she's actually just standing up for not only herself, other female artists, and her career. And it's the same thing. If Justin Bieber did that and he took a stand against Scooter Braun, we would be like, the bravery. Oh my gosh, look at him standing up for himself and others. It would be a completely different topic of conversation. Like, no one would say Justin Bieber is trying to victimize himself for standing up against Scooter Braun.
No. Oh my God, he finally stood up to the man. Oh, girl. Okay, let Ariana stand up to the man. Oh, she's so bratty. She always has to get her way. You know what I'm saying? People will say that about Ariana, right? But then we'll still stand that kind of behavior from Mariah Carey. So what's the difference?
Right. Exactly.
No shade to Mariah. No, I love Mariah, but like, what's the difference?
No, and I feel like Mariah also has been able to kind of make being a diva part of her brand.
Yes, ma'am.
In a way that people love it and stan it that no one else has really been able to do. Like,
is it an age thing? Do people feel like she's not a legend yet, Ariana? Is too early for her to be a diva?
Maybe.
Beyonce said a diva is the female version of a hustler. If Ariana is hustling and getting her coins, then that's a diva. No? We all listen to Beyonce?
You're exactly right. That was one of my, that song is so good. I got in trouble for dancing inappropriately at a high school dance to that song. But it's just so good.
The diva?
It was not high school appropriate. It's fine. We survived it. I will never forget. It was my Spanish teacher who came up to me. Her name was Senora Park, and she was like, Madison, you're dancing a little too much. And I was like, I'm so sorry, Senora Park. I was so embarrassed. Yeah, that was, yep. We have Triple V and me with a cute rainbow emoji. I see you guys all talking about Ari. Yes, praising her. Wesley said, diva dancing in vehicles alone. I'm dying. And then Bernice said, I love the show. They always speak the truth. Thank you, Bernice. As far as the other aspects, so she did confirm that she is obsessed with Doja Cat and that they did record something together. She's just waiting for the right time to drop it.
We need it.
I was pretty excited. We need it.
I need it. Doja Cat is having her moment, and let's just say when it's time for Ari's next album, whenever that is, I want that. Doesn't have to be the lead. It can be an album track. I'm just very ready. Please give it a visual. We need a visual album from Ariana. No?
No, she's there. She's definitely at that caliber. I think she could do it.
Yeah.
She also, you guys, begged Rihanna to release her new album, saying that she wants it, quote, so bad. So Ariana is literally just like the rest of us. And then she also spoke about Mac Miller. And she just talked about how nothing was more important to him than his music. She said Mac would want us to still appreciate and listen to his music. And I'm so happy that she, you know, turned it into as much of a positive quote part of the interview as possible, because I think that's still really difficult for her. And so I'm happy that she just brought it back to the music, especially while speaking to
She
ZANE
loves
LOWE.
that
Very
man. She
appropriate.
really loves that man still to this day. That's my belief.
No,
And it's
I
such a
completely
sad
agree with you.
situation. Shout out to her. She's found a lot of strength and courage after the situation. Shout out to her.
Exactly. The ZANE LOWE interview is really, really great. You guys, it was very informative. Shout out to Ariana for doing it. Shout out to Zane for giving us really great
You know I
tea.
love Zane.
I know. He's so good. He's so good. But you guys, before we get into our couples therapy, we actually have a fun surprise for you guys. A fun surprise for you Real Housewives of Atlanta fans, including Courtney as well. You guys, we are going to have Miss Cynthia Bailey and Mike Hill join us for a little bit on the morning tea, our first guest of the quarantine edition. It's so exciting.
I'm very excited, Madison. You know how I feel about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. You know I'm a stan. You know I'm a fanatic. You know I'm a peach. So when the powers that tea told us that Miss Cynthia Bailey might come up in the gig, I got really excited.
I know. I'm so excited too. I feel like this is going to be the most fun thing ever. I'm so excited.
Oh my God. It's Cynthia Bailey and Mike Hill.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
We're good. How are you? How are you guys doing?
We're great. I mean, you know, we're quarantined, but we are good. We're still together.
Okay.
We're still together.
Amazing.
Good.
It's been an experience,
Cynthia,
though, actually getting closer.
Yes. Okay, good. That's amazing. That's amazing. Cynthia, you are coming off doing the first virtual Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion. How was it? Was it better doing it virtual, or is it better in person? How was it?
Oh, it's way better in person. Way better in person, for sure. It was a lot of work. It was kind of stressful doing it virtually because, you know, I'll speak for myself and my castmates. We're not that tech savvy. Like, we had to be our own production team. We had to be our own backdrop design, our own wardrobe person. A lot of us did our own hair and makeup. I mean, it was a lot. It was a lot. But thank God, I know you guys wanted it. We made it happen. And so far, if you saw one, it didn't disappoint.
It has not disappointed at all. Mike, were you watching from the sidelines, the reunion were you watching it all go down from the side?
I wasn't watching. I was upstairs, but I definitely could hear it. Believe that. Especially when the ladies got turned up a little bit. You know, there was no sleeping. We got up. She had to get up 3 hours before her castmates. So she was up at like 2 o'clock in the morning getting ready, and she started around 6 o'clock. So believe me, from 6 o'clock until like 6 o'clock that night, we got no sleep or any rest in this house because they were turned up, fired up. So yeah, I expected it to be pretty exciting.
That's amazing. Cynthia, what are some of the, like, what are your 3 things that you need going into a reunion? Like, what are the things you need ready to go for this 12 hours of basically breaking down the whole season?
Yes. A drink, a very strong cocktail, number 1, which I had, prayer, you know,
yes,
God at all times. I needed God on standby. I needed him on standby. And food. You know, it's a long day. The reunion is usually like, it could go from like 8 to 10 hours. So drink, God, and food. Not necessarily in order. Maybe God and food. Yeah, God first.
I love it. So let's talk about some specifics of the reunion. We know Snakegate was a huge topic of conversation. Courtney, I know that you were really into this storyline too. Did you feel targeted? Did you feel Yvonne targeted you during this whole thing? Break it down a little bit for us.
Well, of course I felt targeted, but I didn't feel like Yvonne was the only person that targeted me. Obviously, she had some help. You know, I didn't have an issue with Yvonne. She had no reason to come after me. But here's the thing about Snakegate. We never really got to the bottom of it, really. We kind of did, but we didn't. So it just kind of slithered away. It was like the whole season, and we're like trying to find a snake, and then we didn't really get any real concrete answers. So, at this point, I'm just pretty much moving on, but I still would like some clear details on what really happened there.
No, absolutely, absolutely.
I wonder, why do you think that Giovanna targeted you? You're the cool, calm Cynthia Bailey. You're fun-loving. Why would Giovanna want to target the 50 Cent?
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I do consider myself the calm, cool, nice one. Well, I think, Giovanna was I know that Giovanna was in cahoots with someone else who, at the time, I was not getting along with. So I don't know how it all went down, but I know that she did not act alone, and she had no reason to come after me. So I'll leave it right there. And you guys, please tune into The Real Housewife Reunion Part 2 and 3.
Yes. Can you give us any tea on what's to come? Any shocking moments that are coming up in 2 and 3?
Oh, well, I don't want to give too much away. Just know that if you thought Part 1 was lit, like we usually don't even do the hottest ones first. So we talked about, we didn't really talk about this. We did talk about the season was Mike's book, Open Mic, big topic as well. And I know that the pre-sale starts today, right?
They just started today. So go on Barnes & Nobles. Books are sold on Amazon. You go get Open Mic. So all that stuff you heard about me and my palities, you want to read about that? Not that I'm glorifying any of that type of stuff, but a lot of my traumas, including my father being a hitman and all that type of stuff, domestic violence I've witnessed over the years, all that comes out. So that's my therapy, and that's me trying to promote mental therapy for our community.
No, it's a great book. I really encourage. Thank you so much. Like, I'm so proud of this man. The book is amazing. I actually do the foreword for the book.
Yeah, she does.
Thank you very much.
The 4, the 5, and the 6 word. It's long,
winded.
But that's okay.
It was long-winded.
Miss Bailey can be long, but she has a lot to say, but she says a lot, and it has meaning, baby.
Did I do a good job?
You did an absolutely phenomenal job. I don't know if they want to read the book after your foreword.
Well, that's reason enough to give me the book. My foreword is everything. It's my first foreword, and I honestly couldn't be prouder. But, please go get the book. Of course, on Housewives, we only really focus on the salacious part, the infidelity part, but the book has so many layers, and, I think this has really helped Mike, just grow. And it's all about growth and healing and just being better.
Absolutely. So you guys, obviously, married couple, work together. How do you make all of that work? You guys,
we're not married yet.
No.
10, 20.
We feel like we're married.
We're shacking up right now. We're shacking up.
Yeah, y'all are so close, and we've been seeing so much of you guys. It almost appears, it feels as though you are married, but soon. And we want to see it on the show.
How do you guys make that work, though? Yes, but I mean, working together on Real Housewives, this book, living together in quarantine, that's a lot of pressure. How do you keep your relationship in good standing?
Because I think every relationship should be a partnership. I mean, that's what makes it work. Everything that you want to put in, you get out of. So that's what we do. We put our work in together. So even though she has her individual brand, I have my individual brand, we come together to form what I like to call Voltron, because I want to build a legacy, something that we can pass down to our kids, whatnot. So that's why we enjoy working with each other. We enjoy each other's company. We get on nerves sometimes, but at the same time, we do.
Well, the quarantine changed the game. I used to want, I used to complain about quality time because our relationship is bi-coastal. There's a difference between quality time and a 3-month prison sentence. Okay.
She wouldn't any other cellmate except me. So if she can argue with those women over there on Real Housewives of Atlanta, she can argue with the man that she loves. Thank you very much.
Exactly. And if you've been able to make a bi-coastal relationship work, going from that to now being together in the same home, and you guys are still working together and keeping it pushing, I think you're ready for success. You guys are doing great.
Let's say we appreciate our bi-coastal relationship a little bit more.
All right. You didn't say it. Okay. All right.
now you're gonna get in trouble after this, and it is not Courtney and I's fault. I just want it on the record.
No.
Also,
Go ahead.
everyone in our Tea Tribe is saying how beautiful you guys are as a couple, how great you both are looking, that you are couple goals. So everyone in our audience is loving you guys. Now, I did have a question for you, Cynthia. If you could give a peach to a former housewife, who would you pick out of Phaedra, Kim, and Claudia? Who would you extend the peach to? Kim Zolciak. Oh
yeah, we had 2 Kims. Well, how come you guys didn't ask Sheree? I like Sheree.
We can ask Sheree, but out of Phaedra, Kim Zolciak, and Claudia. If you had to
I know. Okay. All right, can I split the peach? Because it's a couple.
You can split the peach, Cynthia, just because I know it could be a little tough, girl.
Don't let her off.
Well, all right, I gotta be honest. She wasn't in the list, but I thought Sheree was great for the show. And
I didn't ask you about Sheree.
I know, I didn't ask about Sheree, but I'm just saying I like Sheree. From the list that you gave me, I have to say that Claudia Jordan was very underrated on the show. I thought she came and went and really killed it. I really do. I think she's funny, she's quick, shady as hell for sure.
Yes,
and she's fun.
I love it.
Claudia, that's an interesting choice, Cynthia. I like that.
Now, before you guys go, I do want to ask, what is the hardest part about showing your lives on reality television, showing your relationship? What's the most difficult part about reality TV for you guys?
That you only see a little bit of it. So we might do a scene that might last 2 or 3 hours, and they'll pick 2 or 3 minutes of it, and then they pick bits and pieces. And sometimes a lot of the things that we do gets missing. I understand that's what we signed up for. Well, that's what I signed up for when I got with her on a reality show, and I'm just like collateral damage when it comes to that. But I don't mind doing that because she's happy.
It'd be nice to have a little editing. That'd be nice, but we don't. Again, to Mike's point, those 2-minute snippets that you guys see are usually like 3-hour scenes. So, sometimes they can work against you. I'm just saying. Okay.
Yeah. No, but you guys, you guys have survived. You've survived it, and you still have, that reality TV curse. It's a thing. And you guys have survived. Yeah. So I think that's a win.
For the reunion, there are things that we do every day. I drink every day, and I eat food every day. But now, because on this reality show, I might need to take up smoking weed every day too, or something like that. For medicinal purposes. I'm just saying, it's about therapy. I still go to mental therapy.
Yes.
Once again, open mic, promote mental therapy. This is therapy every week when I'm on this show. That's okay.
I think there is a lot of people do say that there is the housewife curse, especially when it comes to relationships. I've always been very transparent on the show. I've always showed my whole life, my daughter, whatever relationships that I've been a part of. So it's not easy, but at the same time, I don't know how to be a reality star and not really show my reality. Not easy to be transparent, but it's the only way that really works, because I find that if you just kind of pick and choose what you want to give out, it's just easier just to show your truth. And people either love it or inspired by it or can't stand you. It just is what it is. But I can't do it anymore.
Exactly.
I just have to give you the.
Exactly. Well, that's why we love you. Mike, we love you too, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us during this crazy time. We cannot wait to tune in to part 2 and 3 of the reunion. Also, Mike, let everyone know one more time where they can get your book, because I just want to make sure we got it loud and clear.
The open mic, the pre-sales begin today. You can go on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, or anywhere books are sold. Please buy, once again, promoting mental therapy for all people out here in the nation, because we need some help mentally in a lot of ways.
Yes. All right,
yes. Yes, exactly. I love it. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy. Continue to stay safe and healthy. And thank you for joining us on the morning tea. Thank you.
Thank you, Cynthia. Bye, Mike.
Bye. Courtney, how fun was that? That was literally so much fun.
I can't breathe. I don't even. T-Tribe. I don't even. Y'all.
I'm sweating. That's me
I
sweating
love
because
me
I
some
was
Cynthia.
just having
I love Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I love Cynthia Bailey. Real quick before we move on, I just want to say the tea that we received during that interview is that Cynthia said that she would have Claudia back on the show, and I would have never, ever in a million years guessed that. Maddison, oh my God, I thought she would have said Phaedra. So clearly she wants Claudia and Sheree to come back. How do y'all feel about that, Real Housewives of Atlanta fans? Claudia and Sheree to come back? That's interesting.
I was shocked
They
by
are
that too.
everything.
I thought the peach would go to Phaedra. Honestly, I was waiting
Me
for
too.
it. I was like, oh, we don't even have to mention Claudia, like, but it was on the list, and I was like, do I say it? And then I kind of already like blurted it out before I even got the question out. So I was like, okay, we got to roll with it. Too late. We're going. So I completely agree. It shocked me. And also, I love Mike. So
Oh my God,
amazing.
yes.
So much
He's clearly
fun.
part of the THC tribe, and we stand that here in California. Hey.
When he said that, I was like, oh, we are here. This is Mike needs to come
I said,
back
don't
more.
blurt out a THC thing. I said, be quiet, be cool. I said,
I was thinking, I was like,
so
I wonder if he knows what the devil's lettuce, because remember, I just learned that term, devil's lettuce. Just learned what that means. Just learned. You guys,
that was everything. I hope you guys enjoyed
so
that.
much. I'm singing the Chi Tribe. Everyone is loving it. Thank you, Harshita. She said, you guys were great. We appreciate you. Thank you. Yes, Wesley, probably talk more about this on Green Chair Chat. Definitely, Courtney, I'm sure we'll bring this up. I'm sure. And thank you. Yes, Evie said, hit it, Leo. You served today. Yes, that was epic. You guys, shout out to Hit It, Leo. He gets all that going for us while Courtney and I are just up here jibber jabbering. So shout out to Hit It, Leo. That was so much fun. Okay, you guys, let's get into couples therapy, kicking it off with Nicki Minaj, and then we'll get into this Card Jenner news. So you guys, Nicki Minaj recently posted a video of her singing Say So on her Twitter. And as you can see in the video, she's kind of covering up her belly purposely. So people were all up in the replies thinking she's hiding her baby bump. Courtney, can you please wait?
I love her. She is so extra. She was that.
That was all planned.
I don't think that this woman is pregnant yet. I do think that, some of the Barbs would like to see Say So go #1 another week. So they've been trying to do that again online. And I think that this is just another thing to sort of stir up more talking points about Say So. So stream it if you haven't already. I love the little doll she had. Could you imagine the kind of baby gifts Nicki Minaj will get when she has a child? Oh. Some good ones.
The most fabulous. Yeah. Also from Fendi. Like, imagine. Oh, they're going to be gorgeous. Gorgeous. Shout out to Jasmine. If I ever get famous, LOL, prob not. But if I would get all the girls on here for you guys, Jasmine, you will be famous. If that is what you want, manifest it. And thank you so much. We appreciate you. Okay, let's move on and talk about Mary-Kate Olsen. Then we're going to get into Card Jenner tea time, you guys. But I know this Olsen twin tea was something y'all were asking for at the beginning, and I'm happy that it made the docket. So Mary-Kate Olsen is filing for divorce from her husband, Pierre-Olivier Sarkozy. He is older than her. He's 50. She's 33. They got married back in 2015. And what's interesting is she filed for an emergency court order after signing her divorce petition. This is essentially to expedite the process because right now in New York, obviously they're not holding divorce proceedings because of coronavirus, social distancing. But because she filed for this emergency order, like, they have to keep it moving and grooving and push it through quickly. Apparently, she wants to move fast. There's something going on with their apartment in New York. Like, he didn't renew the lease, and then she was kind of left to deal with everything. She's not sure she has somewhere to go. She wants him out. It's like something with their living situation of why she wants to get this over and done with quickly. And then what's interesting is people were wondering about her money. Obviously, she brought a lot into the relationship. A source told Us Weekly that she has a ironclad prenup and her business and fortune is protected.
Oh, okay. No problem. Maddison, let me tell you, the story would have been if he was trying to run off with her coin. I'm glad that he's not trying to run off with her coin. I'm glad that she was smart 5 years ago to make sure her prenup was in place. I'm happy for her. If she feels the emergency part is the part that's a little bit alarming to me. But I mean, if she said one life to live, girl, I need to find the next man and move on. That's what she said. We don't want this to be a year-long process. Sign the papers and we out.
Exactly. I completely agree. And I don't really blame her for it. I think she's got the prenup. There's not really any need for discussion. My money's still mine. You just need to move out of this apartment and let me move on with the rest of my life. This is a example why prenups. I know people think that they're bad and you're foreshadowing a divorce, but sometimes I just think it's a very smart business move.
You just
Very
never
smart
know, Maddison. Anything could happen.
Smart to protect yourself. Smart to protect yourself. I mean, she's an Olsen. Those Full House royalties still come in, everybody. She is an Olsen.
She might get a royalty off Fuller House. You never know, girl. Dual Star got a little Nicki in Fuller House. You never know, girl.
I know. Okay, you guys, we're going to get into this Kourtney, Khloe, and Tristan tea. So go ahead and turn your volumes down for...
Cold Jenner Tea Time! Hello to everyone in my studio, which is no one.
Okay, you guys, first up, talking about Khloe Kardashian. So she recently posted a photo of herself lounging in quarantine, and someone commented on it and said she's pregnant. Kourtney clapped back and said, "This is me when I have a few extra pounds on, and I actually love it. I have given birth 3 times, and this is the shape of my body." Hey. Oh, I thought your mic went out. I was like, Kourtney, SOS, please, someone help me.
Maddison. So, I'm all for everyone celebrating their body. She didn't have to write no whole paragraph. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, her clapbacks don't even be clapbacks. It'd be like, girl, too long, didn't read. Like, that's why we have Maddison Hill to read the stuff that we don't. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, no one is going to go through and read the comments on, like, girl, okay, someone said you were pregnant. I get it. If you're not pregnant, it's like, oh my God, you're not pregnant. But also, it's like, girl, you don't have to turn it into, like, look, I'm relatable just like you. Like, girl, you didn't even have to respond. Like, I don't know. Stuff like that with them specifically is always like, girl, shut up. Like, you know what I mean?
No, I completely agree. I feel like it's almost like, oh, well, this is my body and I love it. And it's like you don't believe it. And I think that's the issue because I'm like, you think anyone is sitting there like, this troll called me pregnant. It's just my body and I've birthed 3 beautiful children. So F you. No, if someone says you're pregnant, you're literally like, excuse me, that was rude. You're not like, I'm living for this. Oh my gosh. Like higher than
I just
thou or whatever.
Like, you know what I mean? I just don't, girl.
Exactly.
Just leave it. You don't have to.
Exactly. Shout out to Junie. Junie said, love your show, guys. Watching every single evening all the way from South Africa. Hello. Thank you so much. Yes, that's amazing. Okay, now let's get into this Khloe Kardashian Tristan Thompson stuff, you guys. So if you've been waiting for this, please give this video a thumbs up. You know our Tristan emojis are trash cans and Khloe. What should we have our Khloe emoji be?
Fitness, right? The arm that does this. She's a fitness girl, right?
That was so nice of you. That was really
nice. I know y'all wanted something baby related or y'all wanted some clown mask and all of that. We can do fitness for Khloe.
That was so nice. There is a story. There is a. Yes, she recently talked about how she lost 60 pounds, but no one cares about the fact that she's telling people how she lost 60 pounds because everyone's more concerned with the fact that she clapped back at these pregnancy rumors. So you guys know yesterday the world woke up and they were convinced that Khloe was pregnant with baby number 2 and she was livid. She went off in a series of tweets. The first one said, I don't go on social platforms much these days, and this is one of the main reasons as to why I stay away. The sick and hurtful things people say. I am disgusted by so many things I am seeing. SMH, people swear they know everything about me, including my uterus. Sick. That's tweet number 1, everybody. Then she followed it up with another tweet that said, the nasty things you're saying about me over a rumor. I have seen so many hurtful, despicable stories and tweets about me over a false story. And if it were true, it's my life, not yours. Then there's one more cherry on top. She ended her rant saying, funny how picky and choosy some can be with who and how you feel others should live their lives. I believe people should focus on their own lives/families, put energy into bettering the scary world we are currently living in, and try projecting positivity as opposed to nastiness.
Now, I feel like Madison Hill, Khloe came out and said all of this stuff to get everyone to pay attention to the fact that we feel like she's pregnant or we believe that she's pregnant, because that's better than us finding out, realizing, and shining a light on the fact that Tristan got a paternity test back in January. And Lord knows that that's the last thing Khloe wants us to talk about. So whether or not she's pregnant versus someone else is the issue, not her being pregnant at all. You get what I'm saying? It's a distraction because bigger outlets aren't really talking about the Tristan stuff as heavy as this.
Right. I honestly, when I was looking around yesterday, I feel like we were one of the few people who were talking about the DNA test, and which is crazy to me because it's a very legit and very real thing. But I agree with you. I feel like this was a way to distract from everything that's going on. And what I also found kind of comical in these tweets is not once did she say she's not with Tristan. Not once did she say people's criticisms were coming out of left field. She never said that she did not get back with him. And she never addressed the whole thing that people are like, oh, you should apologize to Jordan. Why did Jordan get ousted when you clearly are bringing Tristan back into your life? That never was brought up. She tried to flip the script and be like, you guys are crazy for speculating about my uterus, and try to turn it into that kind of issue. Like, who are you talking about a woman's body? But girl, there's still bigger issues to be discussed.
My thing was, ma'am, the reason we know about you is because of a sex tape to begin with. So discussing you and your sister's uteruses, I don't know the exact plural word for that, is common at this point. Y'all have built an entire kingdom and foundation off of us speculating about your lives. But now when you feel like you don't want people to talk about it, now you want to put your perfectly manicured toe down? Sorry, girl. The world of celebrity doesn't work that way. And we still have to get paid. So speculate on, Madison Hill. Period.
No, you're exactly right.
Your job! It's my life! All right, Gwen Stefani. Good night. Don't you forget.
Exactly.
Good night.
So I do want to, Brenda said, she is right. It is her life. Let her live her life. And Madison, you please live your life. Why are you always up in Khloe's business? It's Khloe's vagina. She's not using yours, okay? Brenda, that is
because
true.
It's our job, and Brenda, you're entertaining it by watching the show, so you're not doing any better than Madison. How about that? We're all watching because we want to find out about Khloe Kardashian and her uterus. Are we not? So Brenda, maybe you should think about the fingers that are pointing back at you before you press your little fingers to point them at Madison Hill. How about that, Brenda?
I also don't have a reality show where one of my main storylines was about freezing my eggs and freezing my embryos. I mean, she kind of opened up this whole discussion herself. And I feel like exactly what Cynthia and Mike said. When you're on reality TV, you pick a life. You choose for people to comment on your relationship. We literally just had 2 reality stars on the morning tea weigh in on that. And so, unfortunately, it does kind of give us the door. It opens the door for us to discuss it. And we're doing our job. But let's move on and talk about the Tristan aspect. So Khloe and Tristan are now going after this woman who claims Tristan is the father of her child. So E! News reports that Khloe and Tristan have sent this woman a cease and desist letter from Marty Singer. That is the same attorney that's repping Scott Disick, just so you guys know, keeping it in the family. Shout out to Marty Singer. You must have a very large coin. E! News reports that the woman's name is Kimberly Alexander, and she has been asked to, quote, immediately stop defaming them with malicious, defamatory lies and specious fabrications. Maybe I'm saying that wrong, but anyway. In the letter, Marty Singer confirms that Tristan did take a DNA test in January that came up negative. Kimberly then wanted him to take a second test, which this Marty Singer says Tristan agreed to, as long as it was at a AA, credited lab, some sort of credited lab. The letter goes on to state that after the test came up negative, this should have stopped, but Kimberly continues to spread, quote, outrageous lies about my clients, including ridiculous fictional conspiracy theories that you conjured up, claiming that my clients supposedly somehow falsified the paternity test results since members of the Kardashian family had previously used the same trustworthy lab. That doesn't sound like a conspiracy theory to me. That sounds like he just confirmed they do have a tie to the lab.
Just for clarity, Madison, because maybe I'm a little bit confused. The first paternity test was where? Was it at a place that he chose, Tristan and the Kardashians, or was it a place that this young lady chose?
So the first paternity test was at a location that she claims Tristan chose, but they're trying to say, oh, this was just at a credited DNA lab. But that was her allegation, was that he chose this lab because the Kardashians have a tie to this lab, so she did not feel that it was fair results. That was the initial allegation.
Madison, I'm gonna tell you right now. First of all, Kar Jenner camp, it's too late. The news is out there. Courtney and Maddison done talked about it. B. Scott and everyone done talked about it already. It's out there. Second of all, I feel like if y'all want this to go away, what's the big deal with Tristan taking the test? It's very simple, Madison. There's really nothing more confusing or anything else really to get into. If I were this young lady and I were having a child by Tristan and they wanted me to be quiet about it, young sweet Ro, not saying more, I would need Tristan to take a paternity test. Like, I don't care. And it needs to be at one that's right in my hood, right around the corner. If Chrissy want to show up and be in the lab and all of that, come on, Chrissy, come on with your fur coat. And they could come in and we could all do the paternity test together. I don't understand why this is turning into a thing. Actually, I do. It's because they don't want the news to be out that Tristan is the father, right? So if he does get a test, Madison, and he is the father, she won't be able to come out and tell us. Right.
Well, think about how bad it looks. This news is happening. Tristan might have fathered a third child. Khloe and Tristan are in quarantine together. Khloe and Tristan are definitely looking to come out and confirm they're back together. They can't come out and confirm they're back together with this mess going on the side. We're trying to redeem Tristan's reputation and career. How can we redeem him when he's been doing the same old shenanigans over here and this woman says, I believe it to be true. So
it appears as though he's neglecting a child before the child is even born.
Right. And so that's also part of their issue, that she's saying he's a deadbeat dad. And they're saying that that's part of the defamatory lies and part of the issue why they're submitting a cease and desist letter to her, which she has counsel too. So they can definitely counter this letter. The letter claims that this woman is trying to get her 15 minutes of fame, and if she doesn't stop, there will be big consequences. The letter said, quote, if you disregard this letter's demands, you do so at your peril, since you will soon find yourself in court facing multi-million-dollar claims while attempting to defend your indefensible misconduct.
Madison, Tristan, take the test. There's nothing left to say.
He's going to have to take another. He's going to have to take another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll be waiting right outside the facility with our little laptops ready to go live the second that it's out. Yes, ma'am. Matter of fact, Madison, let's go and grab some champs and we'll meet Tristan in the lobby and we'll be ready to let the T-Tribe know. These are the results. Just like Maury. I said Maury yesterday, girl, we can take over that. We got it. It's two of us. It's just
Could you imagine, like, we find out Tristan Thompson.
They hold the camera and chase Khloe into the back office. Get her name. Chase her down. Imagine that.
Courtney and I on Instagram. We're live. We are that messy. But it is absolutely, it is honestly crazy. And this is something that I don't think is going to go away because of a cease and desist letter. I think this is only going to fuel the fire, because if this, I truly don't believe that someone would go to this much trouble if they were not confident in what they're fighting for. At least that's what I want to believe. I don't think you're going to take on the Kardashians if you are not pretty damn sure that you are right. You're not going to pay to go to court. You're not going to put yourself at risk for a multi-million-dollar lawsuit if you're not pretty right. So I don't know. It's interesting. Something to keep an eye on for sure.
Can this young lady get help from Jordan Craig?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know why she couldn't, technically.
I'm going to think on that and come back tomorrow. I think she needs to get in touch with Jordan Craig.
If anyone knows, it's Jordan Craig. So we'll keep an eye on this for you guys. Obviously, like we said, we don't think it's going away anytime soon. It is some very serious tea. But Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for showing Cynthia Bailey and Mike lots of love. Please don't forget about his book because it sounds incredibly interesting.
Open mic. I'm getting that.
I want to get my hands on that. So you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. It was so much fun getting to interview a celebrity during quarantine edition. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please don't forget to follow us on social media. We got Instagram, Twitter, we got TikTok. We also have our own individual YouTube channels as well. Courtney, let them know where you're at.
You can catch me over at my YouTube channel, Courtney Revolution, for the Green Chair Chats, Sunday at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Pop culture, mess, and I'm, like Wesley said, we'll probably talk about Cynthia Bailey, so join me there. What about you, Madison?
Yes, you can find me on YouTube, Madison Hill. I have a new video dropping today, this afternoon, so make sure you're on the lookout for that. Yes, you guys, please show Hit It Leo lots of love on Instagram. He survived a technical difficulty and he got an interview going for us. So please show him lots of love on Instagram. Literally. Also, don't forget to check in on Shambong Dave and tell him hello and show him love as well. And you guys, we will be back tomorrow for Shambong Friday at 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Bye, guys.
Now, wash your hands, Leo. You better wash your hands and just wash your hands. Wash your hands and wash your hands. Scrub your hands and scrub your hands and scrub your hands. Just wash.